Texas Attorney General and U.S. Senate candidate Ken Paxton is with us now. Mr. Attorney General, good to see you again. I want to show you this billboard that's down in Mexico. There's several of these. It says payment plans to have a baby in Texas, natural or C-section. It's even got a website, havemybabyintexas.com. I doubt that's what the framers had in mind when they were writing the 14th Amendment. Take us through what's going on here.
Yeah, so a couple of months ago, we actually sued a birthing center in Houston that was advertising in China to get people to come into the country to have babies, to get women to come into the country to have babies, and then send them back out. And I think you hit it right on the nail on the head by saying they're here to vote someday and potentially to run for public office after being trained in communist China. So the governor just discovered some of these. We're going to look into those as well. We already have some success in suing these entities, but it's a problem in Texas. And I understand the Supreme Court's decision. And as much like you, I didn't like it much.
Yeah, we've seen reporting that indicates that the Chinese government might, in some cases, be paying for this. Have you seen that? Meaning that when these kids grow up, they're then indebted to the Chinese Communist government, and they have to do basically whatever they tell them to do, who to vote for.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of our litigation, so I don't know the answers to all those questions, but we may find the answers as we go through the litigation. But I am certain this is going on. Why wouldn't the Chinese Communist Party do that? Why wouldn't they, if they can infiltrate the country by just having people come over here for a few $1,000s, have a baby, go back and train them in China, and then set them up, not just for voting, but for running for office, for running our country? What better way to infiltrate the country? And it's a long-term plan, but it starts after 18, 20, 25, 30 years, it's a deal.
Exactly. I thought this would be a no-brainer at the Supreme Court. It wasn't, but it makes sense. Create an army of Chinese voters who can vote by mail from China and swing U.S. elections. Think about Trump and Kamala, separated by a couple million votes. There are your votes right there if you wanted Kamala to win that election. It's that serious. I want to ask you about your race. The Border Control Council is going to endorse you. Here's your opponent, James Talrico, on why we don't need a border wall.
We wanted to attract more tourism, and I think we could do that if we were spending these tax dollars wisely, not wasting them on a useless wall.
You can't call yourself a Christian and reject the stranger seeking asylum at our southern border.
Are people waking up to who this guy really is?
Look, I hope they are. It's summertime. I don't know how many people are paying attention, but they should be, because our election's 3.5 months away. And this guy has such radical views. You heard just a few of them there. There are many, many more, too many to go through right now. But his views are much more like being from California than they are from Texas. I think if Texas voters can hear the message about what he actually believes, there's no way he's going to win this race.
Happening in September, Mr. Attorney General, a big deal in Dallas, the White House announcing the first ever midterm convention. It's going to be important for a lot of candidates running for office, but how important is this for your race? Donald Trump will be in town for a couple of days supporting you, supporting other candidates. But what I like about this in your race, which is a very important one, is this forces the local media to cover the president and all of this, all the attention it's going to generate in Texas. How big is that for you?
It's awesome. It's huge. And I appreciate the president. It was his idea. He's the one that pushed it. He's the one making it happen. And he's the one coming to Dallas. Obviously fantastic for me, highlighting my race, highlighting my views versus my opponent's views. And with the backing of the president, I feel like it's going to be a great event.
Yeah, supposed to last for a couple days, early September. I hope to be there. Texas is currently involved in a legal battle to stop an Islamic center from being built just north of Dallas, called Epic City. They've changed the name to the Meadow. If elected, how important is it going to be for you to prevent these Muslim-only, and that's what they are, they claim they're not, these are Muslim-only developments from happening in Texas, but also all across the country?
Look, it's a big deal. We are a country of religious freedom. I have no problem with people worshiping how they want, but when you create communities that are governed by separate laws than our state, our federal, our Constitution, that's where I have a problem. And that's something we need to focus on both at the federal level and at the state level. My office is certainly involved in that lawsuit, and we've stopped other developments for similar reasons.
And you agree these are no-go zones for other religions? Like, they will claim, no, if you're a Catholic and you want to live there, it's no problem with the rest of the Muslims, but they're in some cases practicing Sharia law, no meat, no dogs. There's a mosque right in the center of the community. How is that a go zone for anybody of any other religion, including Jewish people?
Yeah, I mean, there's some real problems with these developments, and that's why we're in litigation. And I think we're going to be successful in stopping some of them.
All right. Mr. Attorney General, great to see you. Ken Paxton, thanks so much for being with us tonight. Hope to have you back soon. Thank you.